Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to the Ludicrously Stupid podcast. This is episode 3, and I'm here joined by Presto and Toxic. How you guys doing today?
What's good? We're back
What's
again
good,
for
man?
episode 3.
Episode 3, let's go! Finally!
Yeah, what's up?
Toxic's back.
Yeah.
He's not dead this week. He's not dead.
Oh yeah, you're not. Oh yeah, you're not game ended. I
You're
forgot about
not
that.
you're not
Yeah,
unalive. He's back.
yeah.
Yeah,
We so last episode we talked about a soda tier list. If you want to go and look at that, go to our page on Spotify or our YouTube channel and
Hell yeah.
look at last podcast or even our first episode, so you can get introduced to Toxic and I. But actually, let's go into it again. Again, I am Presto Dust. I am, I guess.
Hey, you don't need to. People can go watch the
Yeah,
first episode. Screw
yeah.
you if you haven't watched the first
yeah,
episode.
yeah, bro. Come on now, this isn't the anime. We don't need to recap.
We don't need the 5-minute recap, bro. Come on.
So you guys know from voices, I am Presto, and then
I'm Leaf,
my
and that's Toxic. That with the shark
Yo,
profile. All right, boys. So, Overwatch completely abandoned PvE. There's not any PvP coming out at all. Like, they completely just scrapped anything, even the story missions. What do you guys think about that?
wow,
I
who would have
think,
saw that coming? Blizzard. Wow,
I mean, man, these are some dire times, man. Like, I want to defend Blizzard because generally, I know the struggle when it comes to game development, but you just can't all route. Like, especially since, like, in recent years, Overwatch has been getting slightly better, slightly, I want to say. But
Dude,
like
not in
PvE would have,
years, like recent, like weeks, maybe.
like a month.
yeah. The thing is, PvE would have gotten your players back though, right? Especially if you've already lost some players, and especially something else that's gonna come out that might be a competition to them that I'll say later. But uh, either way, I think PvE would have been a nice thing to say. Hey guys, Um, we've been working on this for a very long time. It may not be perfect, may not be out of the oven yet, but we'll give you a little taste, like how they do
Like
with their characters.
they do
No.
do that with their missions thing, which is the PVE, but it's like we didn't have all the
But now
skills
that's
and stuff.
scrapped.
Well, the thing
Yeah,
is, I
and
wouldn't
that's
mind if they did that if they kept drip feeding us, right?
Yeah.
But
But like now
see,
they're not doing
to all right
anything.
quit, yeah, to
but
all
this
right
is
quit, like
no, say your thing.
yeah, to all right quit. I don't know, Blizzard as developers, I I really kind of don't like them because they're not that.
Nobody does.
How do I see it? They're not
What they did to
not that
Diablo.
ambitious when it comes to ideas. And I'm pretty sure if things weren't working, there were different approaches on how to get that done, right? Just
Mhm.
look at other studios that have a lot of struggles when it comes to development. They don't just all right quit. They try to look for other alternatives or other things to make it work.
Yeah.
My thing is just it's kind of sad because despite Overwatch as a game being kind of it is broken, unbalanced mess, I do think that the diverse characters, a good story is something that should really have been focused on for Overwatch too. And I understand like, oh, game developing is hard and managing a company when it's like kind of going bankrupt and stuff is kind of hard. But the idea is your one of your main flagship like
Yeah,
uh
franchises.
yeah, your franchise is could make you so much money if you focused on it and or like took it a little bit more seriously, listen to the fans, listen to like the calling that it could make you money, and it didn't happen. And I understand, like, of course, things happen in companies all the time, but like just look at McCree. But like
Mm-mm.
you guys, but you gotta like, come on, man. Like PVE seemed to be pretty fun. I understand it's not going to be super competitive like the Overwatch League, but Overwatch League is gone anyways. And is
Well,
this
I
the
mean, they
fall
created a
for?
new one. It's not
Yeah,
like
I
Overwatch
mean,
League is gone. It's still Overwatch Comp.
like Overwatch is not gonna die because of this. because it. To be
Because
honest, Overwatch should have died a while ago, but
it
it's
should
still
have,
alive.
but it's still going. So it just
And
shows
they are
how
making
long it can last.
and they are making good changes with stuff that we'll talk about later. But one good change that we should probably talk to, or not really like good, because I personally don't find this addition to be needed, but they are adding more characters, such as the new character Venture. Now, I
I love Venture.
personally, I
I
have
think
been
this shit
playing
is so cool.
Venture all day today. Eh, my whole opinion on Venture is just eh. I
Well,
don't feel.
I like
I don't.
archaeology. I just like archaeology. So
Oh yeah, the theme of an archaeologist seems pretty cool. Like for as a full on like character and a drill. I just don't really like the execution with the speed, damage output. Really, like the damage output's okay. It's better than I thought it was. I thought it was nothing,
no,
but
it's pretty
this is
good.
like. But I don't know. There's something about how the character plays that makes me don't want to play him. You know,
I
like it's
I personally have so much fun playing Venture. From the other side, from the other perspective, you don't like Venture very much, but I do. I just find Venture really fun when I get to drill things. I don't know. And like Venture just seems like all around just kind of balanced. Right now at least. I mean, we could find tech that makes the character the worst character in the game and or the best character in the game because that's just how Overwatch and other shooters work like that. But I've just had fun. Just like they kill people decently fast. It's not like any slow. Like I think they're just an overall just mid tier character as it is right now, and I think that's good. I think that's where most characters should be where when they launch even because if they make them OP at launch, then everyone's gonna get them to be the worst character in the game because they'll nerf them. Classic Overwatch team.
like I don't know. Toxic. Have you? What are your thoughts on the new hero?
Toxic is muted, so I think we should
I
just.
think
Oh,
Venture.
never mind.
Yeah,
He's here.
no, sorry. Yeah, I think Venture as a character, really balanced, right? And like you said earlier, Presto. Yeah, I don't think or Leaf. I don't think they should make it broken. But a lot of companies, and this just so happens to be company greed most of the time when they do this. Like just greed in general. They'll make the character busted on launch, just so it can be controversial day one, just so everybody feels like they have to pick up the character,
Yeah, and this is
right? Like
what.
it's a must.
Yeah, it's like the
Like
first time
they
that the
have
Overwatch
to.
team didn't do that though. That's the thing. Like I feel
Yeah.
like Overwatch team finally learned and finally said, "Oh, let's actually make them a decent character that isn't stupid broken and that isn't stupid bad."
And the way how I feel about it is, I feel like it's a domino effect. They might think it's healthy for the game to make a character that's busted launch, but in reality, that's not really the case because again, you'll be making a lot of money for sure, but then you also have some distrust from your fans that don't like the decision, and majority of them don't like it because if it comes to the point where the player has to feel like they're forced to actually play the character rather than feeling like it's an option or playing the character because they
Exactly.
generally like it, it becomes a chore, right? At that point, it just becomes a chore.
Like
That's why
for
they
And
just need to be
wrestling
fun.
meta.
That's why they need to be fun and
exactly.
just mid tier. Every character.
So when I first played Venture, it was a breath and fresh air because when I first played her, she
Damn.
felt they felt easy. They felt very easy, but at the same time, you can still see like there were some weaknesses with Venture where they didn't have good range.
Oh yeah, the
Uh,
range is like kind of
The range
bad.
is terrible, but I think that's kind of part of the kick because you're supposed to be close range,
yeah,
right? Because I mean, you're a driller, you're an archaeologist, so I think it makes
yeah,
sense.
you have an actual drill. So again, the whole entire thing is you're supposed to be a dive in character where you go in, you get
You get
kills,
a pick, you
you
get
go
like
out.
a pick, and then you dip. Yeah, with your drill underground,
Yeah,
which is good.
that's the
I
way
like
how
Venture.
they Venture was essentially. I think Venture was essentially designed. All right, which is good, right? Uh, honestly, we do have characters like that in Overwatch, but I think Venture does such a good job at that, and it's not in a very annoying way how like Sombra can easily do that
Because you can still
and
kill
not get
Venture,
caught at
yeah.
all.
Yeah,
exactly.
like I've noticed from my gameplay today, like this day that we've been recording, before we recorded, I was playing against and with as Venture, and I've noticed like no one really knows how to like kill them before they go into the
I
like
know how to kill them in
area.
the. I know how to kill them in the thing. You want to know?
I forgot about that. How do
I'm
you do it?
pretty sure Reinhardt's Shatter gets them. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'd
I
need to
was
fact check
wondering
that,
that.
but I know the opposite team's Venture can, using their ult, can uh like shoot
It,
them out of the ground if they're underground with their ult, because it's like an earthquake.
all right.
So that's
Like
the counter. Another Venture.
I mean, like it. I think just being aware of where they are too, because it's kind of like the Reaper effect. Because everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, Reaper is so broken. He just goes behind and kills everyone." But you got to be like aware of like
If you know
where.
where he is, yeah, he's just like, everyone,
Yeah, you
look, please look behind you. Reaper is
just
literally
be yeah.
killing you
Just
easily.
I see like that's like it's like for any character though that
Yeah.
is like not supposed to like be seen like Sombra, like Widow. Like you need to be aware of your surroundings. Honestly, I think that's just Overwatch rule one. Just be aware of your surroundings.
Says you toxic.
I
You
mean,
of
Yeah,
all
yeah, I
people.
mean,
if we get footage of Toxic just dying
I
from the.
wish, man. I need to record some of that, bro. Because there's just someone standing AFK behind you shooting you and you just don't notice them.
maybe I don't know. Maybe one of these days you can make like a compilation or whatever. I don't know.
All right, so we talked about Venture, we talked about PvE. Now how about Overwatch 3?
No, how's about the nitty gritty of it? How's about the
Marvel
actual
Rivals.
competition? Yes, the competition that honestly, this game, in my eyes, has a lot of potential. Like you already know where I'm going with this to the people that are watching this, but if you've seen Marvel Rivals, it's a new hero game, literally just with Marvel heroes, where you can choose any Marvel hero and it plays like Overwatch, but there are some differences, like you being able to use team up moves or being able to destroy certain parts of the map. Uh, it's it's very similar to Overwatch, but at the same time, it has its own identity, which I like about the
Paladins.
game.
Paladins, did you
Uh,
just say Presto?
Yeah.
and, well, the thing is though, with Paladins was a buggy game though. It was
It
just
was,
it.
well,
I didn't like
yeah.
Paladins because of that fact,
I'm not gonna
but
defend Paladins. They copied Overwatch straight up. I mean, bro, there's like a character in the game that's literally just Torbjorn. It's so funny.
but I can't say that. I can't say that for Marvel Rivals
No,
because
because they have,
they
you know,
actually
their own
have
characters with their own abilities, which makes sense, right?
yeah, and they have different mechanics that are not in Overwatch, not in Paladins, like team up moves, right? Where one character does an action and they go to another character and they do it. Like I literally saw in the trailer where Groot got on, no, where Rocket got onto Groot
And then fought
and
around,
they were
yeah.
just on top of each other.
Like Reaper's
Yeah,
ult, but
or
with
Hulk.
Rocket and Groot.
Yeah, or
I
Hulk
think
powering up Iron Man. That is sick. That is so
like
sick.
in concept it sounds really cool, and I do think I I'm not gonna shut the game down immediately because we don't know because it's either still is it still in development or is it
Oh yeah,
like
still
okay,
in
yeah,
development.
so like things can change. And I
Yeah.
do like I'm despite like Marvel like the MCU being bad right now, Marvel as a whole, I like the Marvel heroes. I prefer them over DC heroes. I just like their designs more and like
Let's be
their
honest
like
though, if it was a
characters.
DC game though, it would have
DC
just been
DC wouldn't
it
work
would have
with this kind of
it would
style.
no,
Like
it would just be the superheroes with guns. That's
yeah,
what
like
DC would just try to do it.
No, I
It
think
would
DC
and
could
I
do
know
it.
this. I
DC
know
makes some
this.
good games sometimes. I mean, the Arkham games are really good, but like, other than that, I can't think of
Now
other good DC games.
the
multiplayer
only
games, but most
Yeah, not
horror
only
games,
thing
multiplayer.
the only
like
thing
Injustice is okay, I guess.
I mean, Justice is alright, but that's a fighting game. I'd say that's completely different.
I think with Marvel's like Rivals or whatever it's called, I think
Yes,
it's
rivals.
it can work as long as they a make sure that the servers work well, the characters are decently balanced at the start. I'm not gonna say perfectly because it's literally going
That's
to be
impossible. Yeah, right.
because game developers are not top players or just players in general. They don't find exploits the same way that the general player base
That's why
or
they
like
need to do a
competitive.
good beta that they actually
Yeah,
listen to the player base in. Unlike Overwatch team, they said, "Oh, here's a beta. Also, we're not gonna listen to you." Like what?
I
true.
Why?
now the only thing that has me really skeptical about this is that again it's being done by Marvel and yeah, it's Marvel. In
End
the
of
recent
sentence.
years, they've
Marvel,
been very
baby. Not this year,
yeah, in
baby.
recent years, they've been making very questionable things with their movies and their TV shows, and their games are also included in that. Like, for example, how they literally said, "Yeah, we want no X-Men in the next Marvel versus Capcom." Right?
Why?
No, I mean, I get that they didn't have the rights at the time, but the thing is, though, the X-Men was such a huge identity of Marvel versus Capcom, and the fact that they weren't there, right? Or there was not a character that was kind of X-Men that they kind of had the rights to at the time, kind of just boggled me, really. But then you go over to the Avengers game that recently came out like two
Oh,
to 3 years ago by Square
it's already
Enix.
gone, dude. It's already off stores, bro.
It's it was very terrible. The animations in that game weren't that great. Movement in the game weren't that great. Literally, when they added Spider-Man to the game and he was web swinging, I literally saw a compilation of Spider-Man web swings, and it was literally one where Spider-Man was in Fortnite and he was web swinging better than what it was in a AAA Square Enix game.
I
So I
think the
really
real
hope if
issue with that game, before you move on, I think the real issue was that it was just it was just repetitive. I think everything else in the game was like good. I think like the game like a standalone, it was like good. Like it was fun. I played the beta when it first came out. I never bought it, but I played the beta and it was fun. I had fun playing it. The only issue was that it just got repetitive. It was just the same thing over and over and over again, and that you did nothing different from what I played at least. I don't know if it gets different, but I don't think there's anyone defending this game, so I'll go as harsh as I can on it. But yeah,
yeah, because thing of how I feel about Marvel Rivals though, I think it's a very genius idea. How I think it's one of the best ideas Marvel has had in years. Again, it's not another thing about having a good idea, and it's another thing about executing it well.
true.
And executing it well, that takes a lot of
That's the
time, that
most
takes a lot
important
of
part.
brainstorming. Yeah, again, because like I can't wait to play the game, but the thing is, the fact that it's being made by Marvel and they don't have a good track record, especially if it's being done by a studio that is not really well known. I mean, no, I'm not saying that ideally that's bad. It could be a vanilla software thing where it's
It's
just
the
it's
issue
it's
is
good,
it's not like the main company like who owns the rights. It's just who is like the game developing company that's gonna help us out with this.
So true.
Because Marvel can't make games. Marvel
No,
makes
Marvel can't
the
make
comics and the
games, but they
movies. But even then the movies are owned by Disney now.
no Marvel
Yep.
ideally presto how it's gonna work is Marvel is going to give them the funds and they're gonna give them and if they want this if they see a lot of potential in this, they may just give them a lot of money to work with, right? The only question is, what are they gonna do with that money in development, right? With the characters, with the assets, with the balancing, right? I need to know, how that's gonna work, right? And once the beta comes out, we'll figure that out. But the thing is, right, with Marvel, and I think this going further with superhero games further, right, in the future, I hope they get carried out well, especially since I want to bring up another topic that a lot of people are kind of dicey on, which is microtransactions. Um,
Oh boy.
Oh, here we go.
like, I really hope it doesn't come to the point where, again, companies, and this doesn't go for indie companies, big companies like Square Enix. right? They use microtransactions, hell, even macro transactions, right? Have you guys ever heard of the game called what was that one game that was like Splatoon that Square Enix made?
Like that. I don't know. I don't know what it's called, but I know what
What
it
that bubble
is.
game?
Yeah, the bubble game.
That was Sony,
Oh
I think.
no, it was Sony, but it was made by Square Enix.
I
Wow. Oh, I don't
Yeah,
know when that happened. I don't know when
it was
that's
made by
supposed to
Square
come out.
Enix, and it was basically like it was a Splatoon like. The game had a decent idea. It was basically Splatoon on PlayStation. The only problem is that if you didn't have a PlayStation Plus account, the game cost more than Splatoon. Costed $80, and on top of that, majority of the skins cost as much as a game in general,
It
like
costed more,
$43.
and the skins.
Yes.
Wait, that much? That's ridiculous. Jeez.
For a skin in general, like if you wanted to get, I wouldn't even call this a combo. It was more like you get a pack for a skin and it was like $43. Right? I think the worst
Uh,
part about the game is that they like the developers literally said they openly were literally said that yeah, we use AI for some of the art in the game.
yeah.
Right? And it boggles my mind. Right? Like a big company like Square Enix is able to just let these guys use AI, use microtransactions, etc., right? And it's supposed to be a fun, casual shooter game,
Well,
right? So
there are mobile games for Square Enix that are definitely have microtransactions and
yes,
all
but
of it.
these are these are mobile games, Presto, and these games are free. This game, you need to have a PlayStation Plus account, right? And if you don't have a PlayStation Plus account,
No, wait, that's true.
you're gonna spend $80 on it. Right? That's how much it costs. $80, right? So don't I expect me if I'm spending that much amount of money for
Yeah,
the
and you need
game in
PS Plus
general,
to play online too, and the game's
uh,
all online. Oh no, bro.
yes. If I'm spending that much money, Presto, I expect me to be getting a full package. Like I don't expect to see fucking battle passes or anything for a game that I spent $80 on. And
True.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
mean,
so like for mobile games, they get an exception because again, it comes with the game, right? The game is free, so I expect there to be microtransactions everywhere. How else are they gonna make a profit off the game? Or but for the bubble game that Square Enix made, they already made a profit off of that. They sold the game for $80, and if you have a PlayStation Plus account, you get it for free. Yeah, but if you don't, you still have to pay money for it, right? So I mean, I just hope that the Marvel game doesn't turn into a situation like it's like that, where um you literally the game is free, yes, but
with filled
ideally you would have to spend.
microtransactions, and it's gonna
There's
bring down
still
the player base.
microtransactions. You still have to pay like a shit ton for characters, right? Even though the game is requiring you to like have a team. How are you supposed to have a 6-on-6 team right, with characters that work well with other characters when I have to pay for other characters? No,
No clue.
I don't know,
that's.
bro.
I hope they don't go that route.
I heard
I
it. That's what
really
it
hope they don't
will
go that
be.
route.
I think we're gonna be paying for characters in this game.
At least if they're gonna go that route, I wouldn't care if it was microtransactions for cosmetics. I wouldn't
I,
care for that.
as long as they're
But if it's
unlockable free and they're easy to unlock, it shouldn't be an issue. But like, still, I'm like recently Overwatch made all their heroes free. I think next season they're making them all free, which is good as they
yeah,
should be because the game is based on switching heroes dependent on situations, right? I hope to
yes.
God this game does not just lock all their characters, all their new characters behind paywalls because that would just make the game unplayable. Genuinely, especially
But
with meta,
I'm not
be
I'm
stupid.
not ideally I'm not saying microtransactions are bad necessarily. Sometimes they keep a game
Fortnite does
alive,
it right, bro.
right?
Fortnite does it right.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes they keep the game alive. It's just how well the game developer handles it. If they handle it extremely well, then like Fortnite, then they're on the right path. If they get too greedy, where they have company greed, where they just straight up want to say, well, fuck that. We want to make all of our characters where you have to pay for it, and you only get to pay 3 characters in the roster. right? 3 characters. The rest
Ugh.
have to unlock through the battle pass,
I
right?
think I
And
jump
at
on
that
a
point,
bridge,
it's not
bro.
fun
And game
anymore.
ed myself in
Yeah.
Minecraft, bro.
At that point, the game is just not fun anymore. It's just really not fun.
No.
No.
True.
Right? Oh, that's my wishes for the Marvel game. Honestly, I'm just really excited how this game is gonna go. Um, and
Yeah.
I, that's the only thing they have to do to make it a really, really good game. And hell, if they do that, it might just stand a chance against Overwatch.
Maybe.
So, I think we should talk about the Apex hacking situation.
Oh
We're a bit
yeah.
late. We're a bit
No,
late. We're a bit late on this. It happened a little bit ago, but we never talked about that. Yeah, Apex servers got hacked by like some random guy. I don't know the full situation, but they got hacked, and they've been like hacking everyone's accounts, especially if you play on PC specifically. I think on console you're fine, but if you have even Apex installed on your PC, uninstall it now because you're at risk of getting hacked. It's really
So
bad.
my thing is, right, when they hack the accounts, what do they ideally do with it? Do they sell the accounts or do they just
Possibly
have them
because I
there?
mean, if people buy in-game items, your account's worth money, right?
Yeah, probably like worth some depending on which cosmetics you have, you probably like worth thousands of dollars,
And
right?
also, I heard
Ideally.
like they're getting people banned too, just because it's for fun or something. They're just banning people for fun.
Well, that's just fucked, man.
Yeah.
I would not wish that on anyone, really. I do a little trolling here and there, but I wouldn't hack into a
hence
server
the
just to
name
steal
toxic.
somebody's account and basically get them banned. That's just fucked.
Yeah. Apparently,
Like,
apparently Linux is fine as well. Just I was just looking at it. Apparently, there's no problems on Steam Deck or desktop Linux if you play Apex on those things. So
I mean, I don't play Apex, so I don't really
I don't
care.
play Apex either.
Right?
Me
I
neither.
don't play Apex
But it's
either.
just
But
really sad for the people that do and get their account
I
hacked
do,
or
yeah, I
compromised.
do feel a bit of sympathy for them. I feel a lot of sympathy for them because I getting your account. I can't talk. Getting your
Then
account
again, it is
hacked,
Apex Legends.
sold, possibly banned. Right? Even if it is, no matter what game it is, it's still a fucked up thing to
Well, yeah,
do.
I'm just
I don't even
joking.
care if you're. I mean, I wouldn't even care if you're playing League. Right? The fact that somebody hacked your account, stole your shit, and sold it. Right? All those cosmetics you probably saved up your good money for,
It
or
was me,
hell,
Barry.
even possibly got you banned. Right?
Yeah, it's
That's
messed
just
up.
fucking evil, man. That's just you gotta have an evil mind to just conjure that and think I want to do that for shits and giggles.
The one thing is that seen like so many like people like talk about this thing,
Yeah.
and no one really mentions like when this happened. This whole thing was during a tournament, and
It
the top
was?
players. Yeah,
Oh,
Oh,
I
that's
didn't know
more fucked
that.
up.
I saw it.
That's
I
more
saw it live.
diabolical.
What?
Yeah, it was. I was watching Moist Critical stream because he was watching a Smash tourney. And
Mm-hmm.
both his teams were playing for Smash and for Apex, right? For
Mm-hmm.
Moist. And so he swapped from Smash to Apex to see how they were doing. And literally, as he was swapping into there, he saw like one of their players like going like, or maybe it was just the stream, but it was like someone like could have like had wall hacks because he got the chests and stuff, and like it was just crazy. And then, but you know what the person did? He he literally stuck his hands up because he was streaming, and he's like, "Oh heck nah!" He put his hands in the air, and he's like, "I'm not playing." And I think I gotta give kudos to whoever that was. I don't know his like tag or all players who just didn't go through with it, because like that's good sportsmanship and stuff. And I'm like, come
Well,
on, like
my
if you're
thing
trying to
is,
ruin a
right?
tournament with actual players, like they're not gonna do that because
So my real question is, are they gonna redo the tournament now because like it
yeah,
got compromised?
it was
Oh,
postponed.
That's good.
I wouldn't feel comfortable with them redoing the tournament because what
Well,
if the dude strikes again?
well, he can't strike again if they actually update their service and actually make it unhackable to this person
I
that's
would
just
rather for
easily
them to
getting in.
find. Have they found the dude yet? Do they
I
know
don't
the
think
I
so.
culprits?
don't know.
I think they covered up their
Uh,
tracks pretty well. I mean, if you're doing
That
something like that,
sucks.
if you're hacking the entire company and entire game, you gotta at least like they're a very smart person, like dude.
Yeah, I mean, for them to not leave any footprints behind,
Yet at least they'll
that
probably
kind of
find them
sucks.
eventually, but like still, if not already, just not publicly.
Honestly, I hope he really, really, really gets found immediately.
That man gotta
I
go to
mean,
jail.
what would they do? Like, yeah, I mean,
They can jail
I
him,
think
like
they
No,
could.
yeah,
genuinely.
they can
They
jail
can
him
jail him.
for evasion of
Invasion of
privacy.
privacy, mass
Oh
hacking,
yeah,
they can also sue. Dude, that guy's life is over. Like genuinely, if they find him, he's gonna be sued for like millions of dollars for especially hacking into someone for a private service and taking information from them. Not okay. That is completely illegal.
yeah, that's not Gucci.
Yeah, no.
Hopefully they find him though.
Yeah, they probably will. I
I
mean,
really,
when
I really
usually when
do,
this
yeah,
type of thing
because
happens, they found the GTA. They found the GTA 6 person.
GTA 6 leaker.
that is
Yeah.
crazy. I still can't get over that to this day. The GTA devs lost to a fucking 15-year-old or like
They
16
lost.
year old.
They
They were in a
lost.
battle,
Got
bro.
hacked by a. They got hacked by their
Was it
servers
even
by a
hacked?
15-year-old.
I heard. I don't think I heard that it wasn't even a hack. I heard that
No, it
that
wasn't
like
even a hack.
their
Apparently,
parent or
no,
something worked there.
no. Apparently, a parent or something worked there, and somehow he had the beta footage. Not beta footage. He had like the actual alpha like beta version
Probably just logged
of
onto his
GTA
like
6.
dad's or mom's computer or something.
We just found it.
Yeah.
That's
Or
funny.
whoever it was, that person got fired out of Rockstar. I like that.
You bet.
Speaking of trailers,
All right, here you go.
so
Mm.
disclaimer. This conversation is probably going to be mostly from me and Toxic.
I know
Uh,
nothing about this, but I'll be wowed.
so, there has been a new trailer released for one of Netflix's new shows. It is a reboot of the 70s show Good Times. Now, if you do not know what Good Times is, Good Times was an American show focused on focused on an African American family in Chicago dealing with the struggle, and think of it like your classic shows like Full House or like kind of like
I watch
Family
Full
Matters.
House.
Yeah, and like Family Matters, like with Steve Urkel and stuff like that. But I personally feel like Good Times was a better show because it actually had great scenes, real scenes that actually felt like these things happened
Like with
back
heart.
then, and yeah, like
That's
then and now, the actors genuinely cared for each other, like they acted like family both then and now, and despite a few of them passing away because of old age and other factors, uh, and it's just a good thing. It was a great show, one of my favorite shows. I bonded with my auntie. I got a DVD collection over that. So come to see this reboot that takes away the ironic soul from this show, animates it in the most garbage way possible,
Which, again,
and then just makes it very stereotypical. But I'm gonna let
Of course
Toxic
they
say his
did.
piece first.
uh, I honestly felt heartbroken when I saw the trailer a bit because I actually watched that show with my mom. Actually, that's probably one of the only shows I can really remember that me and my mom really bonded over with, right? Because I remember every like Saturday morning she would pop on BET and Good
Oh my
Times would be
god.
there, right?
Yeah.
And we would watch Good Times, and I would be with her, and she would just talk about how the show was. Either she would be on her computer or something, or she would just be watching it, and this is at the time when I was at my apartment building, and how my apartment building was is that my bed was right next to hers. I didn't have my own room at the time, right? So and we would just have a TV right there near our beds. So me and her would just watch Good Times together. But on to the new trailer, right? I just felt so disgusted watching this because again, um, It was all throughout the trailer. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. It was just drugs, sex, money, drugs, sex, money, drugs, sex, money.
Okay. Use friendly words.
Yeah, I mean, either way, like,
you know, that stuff.
yeah, I mean,
We're on YouTube here,
basically,
man.
Well, we
it was
could say those
basically
things. It's
just
fine.
wash. It
I don't know
was
about that.
washing
I don't know
something.
about sex part, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, there was. I'll put it in a blunt term. It wasn't really that, but it was like there was a lot of parts where some
It
of
was
the
very
characters were,
stereotypical.
yeah, they were just stereotypical black person doing this,
Yeah, I heard
stereotypical black
that.
person doing that, and it's just like, who was this show made for? Because it wasn't made for the black community,
Yes,
right? It
that's
wasn't.
a great point because I've seen this all over the internet when this trailer came out like 2-3 days ago. No, I didn't see a single black person
First of all,
like
first of
actually
all,
like say this is a good thing. What do you mean? This shows our actual culture. No. No.
first of all, the thing is, why remake a show like Good Times? Right? Why even touch it? Nobody in the modern generation, other than the people who probably watch a shit ton of BET, would know about Good Times. It was a
Or
show that should never have gotten touched because it aged so
I
well.
can hold on a second. I can hear the rapper by the way.
Not on. Yeah, I'm opening candy for. No,
Yeah.
for people
It
who
was
are
pretty
audio listening.
loud.
No. Actually, it's not picking up on the recording mic. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I've
but
been watching it. Don't worry.
it's it's a show. It's a show that aged pretty well, I would say. Hell, if I wanted to go watch some episodes right now, I would probably still say it aged well without even being nostalgic for it, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And
And the thing about
the two
this
dudes that made this show, in particularly, why them?
oh Seth,
Who?
yeah, why Seth MacFarlane?
The guy from
No,
Fortnite.
why?
Oh my
No,
gosh.
why would they? Like Stephen Curry? Why? Like
Yeah, that
what?
his black card's
That's
being
just so
questioned right now with that one.
That's
All
just
they
so
do is
random.
throw random celebrities they can find together to make
Oh
it so
no,
people
it's
will
not
watch
because all
it.
right, Presto. The show is made by a right. The main producer is Seth MacFarlane, right? But don't let that fool you. The main show is made by an actual black woman. It is written by a black woman. The show is produced by Seth MacFarlane.
And
Oh,
Stephen Curry for some reason.
and Stephen Curry, which is so they basically gave it to some random person, some random writer, like some random writer that was probably on the same ilk of like the Velma writer, like the same caliber of that person, right? When it comes to writing, and if I already hated Velma, I'm definitely gonna hate this show, and I'm not gonna watch it either. I
Yeah,
remember I
like
couldn't even get through the past 10 minutes of Velma.
yeah, cuz my thing with this is who who asked for this? To answer that question already,
Nobody.
no one. Nobody asked for this.
But you know what? It makes money because people will hate
You
watch
know what?
it, and that's how
I
Presto,
know
Velma got
I
season
don't know if
2.
it will.
Velma got season 2, and no one said, "Oh, no
true.
one's gonna watch that." But it got season 2, and everyone apparently watched it, and it was apparently the most
The
watched
thing
show.
is about the show is it it's you if you told me this was another show and it had nothing to do with Good Times, I would believe you because Good Times was a sitcom show. It was a show where yeah, there were some funny jokes here and there, but it was serious still at the same time. This show looks like it was made by somebody that has a really bad case of like ADD or something. It's so out of control. Like it literally is. It's very spontaneous,
It
right?
looks like
I'm
the
trying to
show
scratch
looks
my
like
head.
from the lens of someone who doesn't understand black culture and how black people actually are.
Exactly.
You
It's
when you look at
Yeah,
it and
how
you
are the people
see
developing the show black then? Like what? Like what's going on?
that's a great question. I'm
no,
gonna
they're
take their black card
definitely
for that. Because how
Oh,
are you gonna put a baby on the streets with a gold pacifier chain with a bunch of
Oh
money
no!
oh, the one thing I
and
don't like
talking
about it is that
like he's like Ice Cube or whatever, thinking like, oh, this is the new Stewie Griffin. People are gonna love this character, and then they see, and the baby sees like a girl with a humajungas, and he's like goes ballistic, and they make a joke about it. He's like, well, I'm a baby, so it's okay. No, I don't
oh
care. And then you
that
guys bring in little baby,
no.
the baby, and then make up a new character, baby, or whoever this is. This guy's an actual rapper. I'm sorry. Change your name. Change your name, my brother. Don't stop. Actually, stop rapping.
And,
You can come make a diss track about me.
and the
I don't
characters
care. But like,
in the characters of the main show, the main cast, we got to talk about the designs. Like, who was
oh,
cooking with their designs, dog? They look nothing like the actual
Yeah,
original
I
people.
just
well,
looked at the
these
comparison. They
guys are
look
not the
nothing.
same. These are not the same characters from the sitcom to have that there, but they're like there's like generations like after, which
My question
fine.
is, if it's not the same characters, and if it's not like it doesn't take place in the same setting, then why call this Good Times? Like,
It takes place. No, it takes place. Okay, here's the issue I have with it. At the end of Good Times, you know what happens? They move out of Chicago from like their apartment into someplace else.
Hmm.
It's not the suburbs, but it's someplace better because the daughter's like husband at this point, because they grew up, was a professional basketball players, professional foot. No, sorry, not basketball, football player for the Bears or the Browns, one of those two teams.
One of them.
And they moved out because guess what? They got money now, and
so
like the entire like cast moved away. Why are they back in the exact same apartment in Chicago
It's the people that took
generations
over,
later
I guess.
in the 21st century?
Professor, you want to know what the
Also,
worst part about it is? You really want
yeah,
to know
what's
the
up?
worst part about all of this is? So the original two producers that made Good Times, one of them is dead, so we
Oh,
can
of
already scratch him
course.
off. But the other one, right, it was still alive, right? And
You say
he
was?
said before the show, well, he said when the show first came out, yes, I do not promote this at all. Like Netflix basically took the IP and did whatever the fuck they want with it. I did not
Classic.
like condemn them to do this at all. So like I don't have any responsibility on this. And the show producers, they got no royalties or anything. None of the families that they didn't even get involved with the families either. The original show producers, nothing. Right?
They just want to make a show
Make
that
money and then dip. Tax write off, bro.
yeah, 'cause the show is gonna come out on April 12th actually. So the fact that they didn't like say, oh, this is what's gonna come out in like later this year. No, here's the trailer. It'll be out in like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Now,
you knew they were
like,
embarrassed.
come on, people, Hollywood, can we stop doing this? And I need this line to kind of like both in for context. Obviously, you can tell by my PFP, I'm black, like full on,
Full
and
on.
full on. I can go. I shouldn't go back to Africa actually, but thank you. Toxic and I are both black. But come on, Hollywood. Can we
I,
and just people who are writing stuff in general, can we stop blaming the quote unquote system for our struggles or just a pinpoint for like black people in television? Good lord, it worked with the original Good Times because that's actually what was happening. You know what we need to do now as a community? Do better for ourselves. We have
the
opportunities.
thing
Is it perfect? No. Write a story about like Blackish. If you've watched Blackish, do an animated show like that to where it's just black people doing day-to-day life things that isn't super stereotypical. You can make jokes about it, but don't make it like your entire show. Or if you're gonna go crazy about it, you better go full in and make it obvious that it's
The
just a
Boondocks.
parody. Yeah, no, the Boondocks.
Well,
No,
no, the
let me stop you
Boondocks.
right there
Right.
because people who say that
Crazy
never
thing
watched
about
the
this.
Boondocks is just to make fun of those stereotypes. If you've actually watched
So
those
the thing is,
the
Presto, the
episodes,
Boondocks
Well, that's what I was
predicted this.
saying.
They actually, you actually watched the BET episode, of Boondocks. They actually made a prediction where they said, yeah, there's gonna be a bunch of people working for us at BET that's gonna make shitty cartoons that are discriminative against black people. And guess what? We're gonna be the ones behind it because the whole entire episode was just the shit on BET in general. They were basically saying, yeah, best way to do it is to make shows that are stereotypical about black people. That's what we at BET there's for. But the whole entire point, what I'm trying to make is, I get the message that they're trying to prove in the trailer, but it's
so what
handled so
message?
child. No,
What
it's
message?
handled
What message
so.
exactly?
Presto. The thing is, the reason why you wouldn't get it and I wouldn't get it, because it took me a while to figure it out, is because it's handled so childishly.
It doesn't
Their whole
matter if
entire
the
message,
message. What
their
is the
whole entire
message? I need to
message.
hear this because I don't see there to be any message with this because of
No,
how crazy
their
they went with
message,
this.
or their message that they're trying to send, is basically about guns being in the ghetto neighborhoods.
Oh my
But
gosh! Don't even get me started on that.
yes, but the thing is, right? You wouldn't. They didn't explain that in the beginning of the trailer. They did. They waited until the end to reveal the message, and then on top of that, they did it in the most childish, most cartoonish possible. Basically, it's just two big guys picking up a crate of military weapons, and then putting it in a store. No, and putting it in an apartment building. And it was like they weren't even moving. If you look at the trailer, it's literally just two still frames of them like walking. It's
Dude, the animation is garbage too. I am not one to discredit like animators because animation takes time. My brother took an is an art like finished college for art. I seen him work, and you can well you're not gonna find my Instagram. But I could probably shout him out actually. I'll do that later. But like, come on, people. Stop
I feel
in
sorry
Hollywood.
for
Stop doing like this like ugly like style of like drawing human people.
first of all,
Like sometimes it can work, but if you're trying to relay a message or if you're trying to like make your show look good for people to watch it and
Anime
sit
style.
through,
I'm just saying, the anime style works. The
first of
Invincible
all,
style, that works
yeah,
s-
it
too.
like
works. But
we are
first of
in
all,
the year of 2024. It is not the 2010s anymore. Stop trying to do what like Bob's Burger,
Pop
like Big
Burger.
Mouth.
yeah,
Like
and
Bob's
that's
Burger's
my
like
second
is
thing. It's
chill,
not
I
the
guess.
1920s
Rick and
either.
Mort
Why the
like
fuck are we still giving black characters big lips in the show?
yes,
All of them.
God. Y'all acting
All
like
of
we're
them have
Mr.
big
Popo
lips.
out here. God.
Like,
Gosh. Like this is our rant. Like again, our culture is very different than like most other races. They're different. Like depends on where we grew up. It's kind of different. But there's one
I swear
thing
to
that
God.
I feel like black people can unite on, which we have. This show is stupid and no one should watch it. I haven't seen so many black people so angry at once since we got kicked out of that Starbucks like back in 2016.
Yeah. You know what? The thing is, I swear to God, if they touch another show, I swear to God, if it just so happens to be Martin, I think I'm gonna blow.
I
I think I'm
guarantee
gonna
you
be
they
mad.
will. Guaranteed,
If they
bro.
touch Martin, no, that was my shit.
They might
They
do.
better not go after that, because, dude, I still have the old tapes for it and everything. But the thing is, it's crazy, and I'm not surprised that this filth came from Netflix. 'Cause I mean, to be honest, back in the day, I never really watched Netflix that much because I used to identify Netflix as like a trash shoot. Like all of the movies that were old or basically shitty would go to Netflix. They would be on Netflix. I used to just identify Netflix as a trash shoot, trash heat until they actually started making anime. I said, all right, maybe Netflix is good, right? Maybe it's worth the subscription. Oh, I don't think it's worth the subscription anymore.
I mean, One Piece live action. I'm paying for that. Season
I
two,
mean, I'll just go
baby.
to a friend's house and watch it there. But uh,
I'm also excited for
I
Squid Game
mean,
season 2. To be honest, I like Squid Game.
Squid Game.
'cause the thing is, right? Especially my man Stephen Curry. Like, what were you trying to cook here? Like, why go after? First of all, why go after good times? And two, like, what is your role in this? Are you voice acting? Or are you seeing how the development is going? Because if you're seeing how the development is going, you as a black man should know, right? If you grew up in the ghetto, right, that guns are not military weapons. Dudes do not have military weapons and just shoot every single day. That's just not how it works, right?
And
When
like,
it happens, right? But it's not an everyday situation, right?
and
Unless we go
also
into
like,
really dangerous neighborhoods.
it's just like there are other things to talk about than just gang violence, gun violence. Like, you could talk about the characters like as individuals, like make them actual characters, because right now these characters seem to be annoying, flat, like just I'm just gonna say the worst characters to ever be like in a show that could have
Well,
been
but
better,
Presto, that's
even if it was like
because
animation.
it's
Because tell me why, and I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna like your characters if you're going to make a joke about a 10-year-old or like a guy in the 10th grade who's been like left behind like 3 times. Yeah, a guy who failed 10th grade 3 times, being told to start OnlyFans and then asked to show his feet. Excuse
yeah,
me, what?
that's some serious shit, man.
Who thought that was
Like,
the
and
right
the thing
idea?
is, Presto, you have to realize that this is basically you're trying to. Well, they would say it. They would try to say it that they're trying to modernize it,
No, it's
quotation
just
marks.
having modern
But
technology with
in
a bad.
reality, all you're doing is trying to make a good show like Good Times, and then trying to give it South Park humor. And it's
Yo,
good when
actually,
South Park does it because it's South Park. South Park can get away with that shit, and it's been
this
doing it for
is
years.
this show is how Eric Cartman sees black people.
Basically, they're trying to take a show, right, that was should have never been touched, should be left alone. I don't think it needs any type of resurgence. It's a timeless classic that still ages well, right? But no, everybody wants to care about modernizing it and modernizing this and modernizing that and making sure the new generation knows about it.
It's
Dude,
so
who
sad
cares if the
because
new dude, who cares
Netflix
if the
don't
new
care.
generation doesn't know about it?
Yeah,
Who
Netflix
cares?
doesn't care though. They don't care about anybody. They care about making money, and that's what they're gonna do. Cause
And if
guaranteed, people are gonna hate watch it, and they're gonna make bank. Let's be honest here. That's what happened with Velma. That's what happens with a lot of shows,
if you
and that's why
do
they keep doing it. Because people are idiots and keep doing the same thing.
and if you do
If you're
modernize the
hearing this,
show, right? If you
if
do modernize the show, just make it live action again. There was no reason to make it a, a animation, like especially
no,
with
it's they
that
can get away
terrible
with
animation.
making jokes that are over the top and kind of more racist now that you think about it. But if you're hearing me, like viewers, people in general, if this somehow blows up, do not watch the new Good Times show that is going to be released on Netflix on April 12th. That sounds like an advertisement, but it's not. Do
Netflix,
not.
please sponsor us. I'll sponsor it if they sponsor us.
Oh my God. Do not
Netflix, you
watch
know
the
what you need to
show.
do? If any Netflix employee is watching this or higher up is watching this, which I doubt,
Yeah, sponsor
but
us.
if this ever gets popular and you're watching this in the future, I mean not in the yeah, and you're watching this in the future, uh, whoever makes an idea where they want to create a show about just stereotyping black people and it's written by
Slap
a
them in the
black person,
face.
no, and it's written by a black person, just fire them on the spot. Just do us all a favor and fire them on the spot. Fire whoever's writing that shit, please.
And there we go. So that was
There's
our talk about Good Times.
little bit more news. Two more things, and then we'll wrap up the podcast here because we're almost at an hour. So Kai created a stream about Red Dead 2. It's still going on right now, but Kai's playing all of Red Dead 2 or like 50 hours or something. Presto, I think you know more than me, but he has a full set in the background,
Yeah,
and he's
that
had
was
bar fights
funny.
and everything. It's so cool. I've seen some
Dude,
clips.
someone did a slam like a on it. I wish I had
I
a
saw a
clip.
clip of that actually. Yeah, that was sick. Nah, I think that's
Wait,
so
so he's doing
cool.
this in game
No,
or
he made his entire. Well, he's playing Red Dead, right? He's playing Red Dead 2, like doing a full playthrough. Like I think he's beating the whole game or something, right? But like he has like events where he has to like where he has like a bar fight in his room with like actors that come in and bar fight him, and there's the whole his
oh
whole
that
room's decorated like a bar.
wow, that's sick. Wow, Kai making a genius idea. That's sick.
It's so sick.
Well, he's like
Sorry.
yeah, so it's like actors acting out the stuff that happens in the game or just
Yeah, they're just having like bar fights and like it's
oh
whatever.
well then
Like
that's cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Kai's like
Yeah,
dressed up in like the full cowboy fit and everything, you know?
yeah. I mean, I wish more streamers kind of did those type
Did
of
that,
things.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
I won't watch the stream because I'm actually investing to Red Dead 2 eventually or Red Dead 1. I actually want to have a blindfolded experience for that game, but I think that's a cool concept either way, right? Uh like I know we had our first episode on Kai and we were just bashing him, but
no, we
I find it
weren't. We were
ironic
defending
now.
him. We were bashing on Kanye.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we were bashing on Kanye, right?
what did
But
Kai do?
I did nothing. Kai literally did nothing that entire time, and then Kanye was like,
I
"Nah,
thought
you
he was like,
making fun
nah,
of me,
man.
man.
You making
Fine,
fun of
God."
my shit, bro.
but I hope Kai actually does more streams like this because that's a genius idea. Because
That's
if he
what he
does it
has
for like a
been.
game,
Yeah, he does that a lot. I wouldn't like other streamers too.
Yeah.
Like,
really now, like,
imagine Queso
really.
did a baking stream.
That'd be
oh
fire, bro.
no, the
Cooking
Earth,
Mama.
oh
No,
no,
no, what if
the Earth is
Queso
not
and
ready for that
Jinxie
one.
did a cooking stream, bro?
Oh my gosh. What if Morgapie, the first person we talked about in our first podcast, which you should totally listen to on our
Yeah, by
our
the way,
Spotify and our
episode
YouTube
1, you
channel.
should listen to all the episodes. 3 out now.
What if Morgapie and Markiplier played FNAF in a hot tub?
That would be crazy, and I'm down for it.
You wanna know why I'm watching
But
that
what if
stream?
what I got a better one. What if Markiplier and Morgapie doing that, but also Markiplier was also making theories while he's playing the game.
You mean MatPat?
You mean Matt?
Oh, yeah, Matt Pat's there.
He's just
MatPat.
standing.
Yeah,
Matt's
MatPat's
just
there.
standing there to the side, and he's like, "Guys, this is so epic game theory."
Oh my god, you guys. Hello, internet. Welcome to the hot
Game
tub
Theory.
stream.
The hot tub stream. Nah. All right. There's one last piece of news that I want to talk about. It's just a funny tweet that I just saw. Do you guys know who Harada is? One of the directors, or I'm not sure if he's a director now, but he's been working on Tekken
Yes.
for over 30 years, right?
Yeah.
Someone tweeted
Yes,
at
I'm also
Harada.
familiar with Sunglasses Man.
Sunglasses man. Someone tweeted at Harada saying, "Mr. Harada, can you please add this stage to Tekken 8 with a picture of Wafflehouse in Tekken 8?" And Harada replied and said, "Okay, I will only ask once about this request. Why do some communities send me requests for Waffle House? Please, please be sure to explain on the basis for the request, including the original story, history, and background. I look forward to an explanation from someone who knows more." And then he made a follow-up tweet saying, "Thanks for the explanation, guys, and I understand why many people are requesting it. However, I think you are missing one important point. The restaurant has both the trademark and the rights to the restaurant. So if the restaurant's chain's headquarters refuses to accept my proposal, it will not happen."
Wait. He said
which
refuse to accept his proposal. So is he actually gonna try to do this?
Imagine Waffle
Yeah,
House stage
well,
in Tekken,
he
dude.
could because isn't he? I mean,
could.
I feel like that can happen because he's sponsored by like Red Bull and stuff like that. Like
It could totally
Tekken
happen.
was sponsored by Red Bull.
Waffle House. They're just gonna say,
Waffle
no,
House
you
stage.
can't be-
No, but think about that. That's free, dude. That's free marketing
It is.
right
No,
there.
they
That's
better
really good
accept. That would be
marketing.
the greatest stage. I don't think anyone would ever play a different stage in Tekken. It'd just be all Waffle House.
Waffle House. I want to look
If
at
Waffle
Evo
House
20,
says no, if Waffle House says no,
Screw Waffle
then
House if they say
honestly,
no.
Evo
that's like
2025. I want to see Waffle House with Kazuya versus Jin Kazama. They're
I
throwing
need to
plates at
see.
each other.
Dude,
I
at this
need to
point we
see them
could
doing
see,
electrics at Waffle House.
at this point we might see like next Evo we could even see Yujiro Hanma versus Goku fighting on Waffle House in
Bro,
Tekken. We'd
I
never know
really
with this
think that's a
game,
missed
bro.
opportunity. I don't think they should have. I don't think they should add Waffle House. I think that's a missed opportunity. I think what they should do is ask them to make a Walmart stage. That would make more
Walmart
sense.
stage.
I think Waffle House is more doable though. I think we could get
Waffle
Waffle
House
House.
is way more.
I think Waffle House makes more sense. Like if you think like a restaurant or like a place where fights
Well,
always
actually,
happen,
no. I think
it's either a bar
McDonald's.
fight
I
or
think
Waffle House.
McDonald's is way more doable.
Well, maybe. Anyway.
I want to tear down the walls of Waffle House.
Anyway, thank you everyone for watching the Ludicrously Stupid podcast. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at LudicrousStupid. We said Ludicrously Stupid last time, but the ad is actually at LudicrousStupid because we couldn't fit the LY into the ad. But yes, follow us on Twitter for updates. Well, this
And you can also follow us as individuals.
yes, you can.
My
Just it's on our Twitter bio. You can actually just go to our Ludicrous Stupid Twitter and follow us all in the Twitter bio if you want to keep updated on all of our works. So thank you everyone for watching, and thank you Toxic and Presto for joining this episode.
Deuces.